to one of the fastest rising cities in the U.S., the capital city of Austin, Texas. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, there's nothing quite like it. That feeling of beginning another season, and these two squads are going to do just that in a moment.
And what makes it so exciting is the range of possibilities these teams have before them, because we could be seeing one of these teams earn the RIVALRY trophy in February, while the other, they could earn the #1 draft pick in April, or anything in between. And we've got the best seat in the house every step of the way.
Two teams more than this one started, and we are underway from the Texas Capitol. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. And a glance here at the vet. He's got a lot of years under his belt.
All right, partner, a brand new season. With it comes a sense of unbridled optimism for every team and, of course, every quarterback. It's a blank slate for every passer in this league, and he really couldn't hide his excitement during interviews this week. He thinks his offense is stacked. They've spent the entire offseason making adjustments and trying to find another gear. And as this season begins, they believe they've found it. You watch him warm up, everything is crisp, moving with great speed. This is an offense that can't wait to get to the first series of the new year.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Huggins. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
Taken from just outside the 30. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. Over now, 1st and 10. So here for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
This week, such an important one for his entire offense, but for him especially. He wants to start this new season off strong. He's got big plans for this year. Wants it to be one where he finishes among the league's best while leading his team to the postseason. A strong opening week is a great start to that and can create momentum that carries over not just to next week, but the next few weeks as well. A rising tide raises all ships, and if he can start this season off strong, his offense will benefit.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and a couple. They'll keep it on the ground. Levy, and he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Now a handoff up the middle. Levy, and he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's got it to Ingram, complete. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there for 47 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
In motion right is Smith. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Back to throw. Rushing. And he's got it. Touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And on the board here first in the season opener. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And just shedding him off there. And not much doing on the return. Good coverage there. Going to stop him in his tracks at the 15-yard line. Back onto the field, their second drive of the game. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Huggins. He finds his man. Complete. It's Porter. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to bring up second down. Looking to throw. Huggins. Caught on the right side by Dorsett. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Huggins. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Again, he'll drop to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Taking it about the 16. A good return there, 17 yards. And it will be 1st and 10. Back out onto the field for their second drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion left. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. And the defense closes quickly there. And he'll get maybe a yard to the 33. Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9. They run the counter. Levy, nifty move. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Back to throw. Rushing. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have it down as that'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches. Up the middle they go. Levy. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Levy. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 47 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. In motion left, Flowers. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now this great city, Austin, one of the fastest growing metropolises, not just in Texas, but in the U.S. as a whole. Of course, the University of Texas is here. Vibrant nightlife, great music scene, great food scene. And now, and these folks are over the moon. This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And he is going to have down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Rushing. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. The Honolulu offense set to take over possession of the football. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Bust through the tackle. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. So you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Huggins. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. Looks like a 9-yard loss. And it also brings up 4th. So a great play there for this highly regarded linebacker making his first career sack.
And his versatility on display right there. Look, we've known him primarily as a tackler and a cover man, but he can go get the quarterback when the situation calls for it, as he just did right there.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Fielded at the 33. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Set to take over offensively. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. And it appears we've got a member up on that last play. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Daniels, and he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun. Rushing. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Still going inside the 20, and he will bring it back. It's an interception return for down. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Out now. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Operating from the gun. Rushing. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number one. 10-7 our score after one right here. Sports. Panther football to start quarter number two. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. 3rd and 13. Back to throw. Rushing. Under pressure, and down he goes. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. Here's now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And offense here with a 1st and 10. So good field position. Come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this one down to about the 46-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Huggins. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one. That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
On 4th down, Huggins. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They'll try the left side. Porter. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now whistles and a flag down. I think one might have moved. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Back to throw. Huggins. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over. All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. They'll keep it on the ground. Levy looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Here now, a 3rd down and 8. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Let's take it at around the 40. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Honolulu offense making its return to the field now. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Staying on the ground, this time it's Smith. And he'll go down at the 28. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit, and that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions, even when you're taking some hits. Sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up, and make those throws, and he did that.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Huggins.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And take over here at their own 12-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
They get set to come back onto the field.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Levy, and nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8.
Back to throw. Rushing. He finds his man. Complete. That's Daniels. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 15 there. 1st down. Up the middle they go. Levy. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Now a give right side. Daniels. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. And now whistles and a flag. And I think we got a jump here. So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
From the gun on 3rd down. Rushing. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And all the way in for the touchdown. A great play there. 42 yards. Able to extend their lead. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down. How tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Extra point right down the middle, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And good coverage defensively. They wouldn't let him get ahead of steam going, and he'll be brought down at the 15. And we'll get a pause here. There appears to be shaken up on that last play. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Huggins. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to get here. That is caught, and he is going to have down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
Operating from the gun. Huggins. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Back to throw now on 1st down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
And this is caught, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown. A big play there. His first reception goes for 6.
And late score here in the final minute of the 1st half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the 1st half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. It's in their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he's been a tough man to stop in this 1st half. He's putting up some big numbers already, and we have yet to reach halftime.
Aaron ready to begin their next drive. Throwing to start the drive. Rushing.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
This one complete to Ingram. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Rushing. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now is the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. That is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. It's Ingram. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. A final shot before break. Rushing. Open man is Flowers. He's got it. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has a report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. And so their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. Aaron ready to begin their next drive. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
And they're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. They've done a good job on these receivers, pretty much held them in check. They're a little too close for comfort.
And you're always looking for a play to get you going, right? You're looking for someone to make one. But maybe this penalty, this pass interference call, that can help shake them loose.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Daniels, and he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Smith. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Here's now as he's on to kick it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. This is taken at the 15. A punt of 46, a return of 5. And out will come the offense as they take over. Trying to get the run game going. Here's Smith. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. The tight end in motion right. From the gun on third down. Huggins working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
He finds his man complete. That's Porter. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Second down and a little more than a yard here.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. It fights him off. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Trying to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss.
A tough spot here. 3rd and 15.
Looking to throw. Huggins. And that is incomplete.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Here comes now as he's on for the 5th time here today. Taken in at the 22.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards.
Now onto the field here comes. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. They'll keep it on the ground. Levy, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
87 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football in the places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Here now, 3rd.
Up the middle they go. Daniels.
And he is going to have the Panthers first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
The Honolulu offense set to take over possession of the football. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Now a handoff up the middle. Porter. And he's going to have down as he'll take this up to about the 33-yard line.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now whistles and a flag down. I think one might have moved. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Back to throw. Huggins. Over the middle, complete. It's Smith. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Now 2nd and 11 from the 32. Up the middle they go. It's Porter. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he is going to have down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Porter. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the 1st down. We are through 3 quarters here. Off weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is, and it's on. Back now in Austin. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. A 1st down carry for Smith. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Huggins. Wide open receiver, complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Touchdown! From 4 yards out. And together a 4th quarter drive to take the lead. Point after here coming up. It's up and good to make it 21-17. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And the result for the touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Here they get ready to head back on the field. And the pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the 2nd half after a decent 1st half offensively. And they need their best drive of the game right here. Now a play fake here on first down. Smith brings it in, going across the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Back to throw. Rushing. Flushed out right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the 1st down marker. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Looking to throw. Rushing. He finds his man. Complete. That's Ingram. And he is going to have down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
On for, and now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
Now the Honolulu offense set to take over possession of the football. They'll be hoping to work a little clock and try to add on to this slim 4th quarter lead. But whatever happens on this drive, certainly a huge fumble recovery by their defense at this juncture.
Yeah, he did a nice job to spin out of that first wave, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage.
2 things to watch. First is strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Arnold. And he's got this down to the 35. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
And he'll be taken down at the 34. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Porter. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the 1st down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He finds Dorsett. It's complete.
And he is going to have down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Arnold. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to take this one in. Down. A 6-yard touchdown run.
And closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
And that right there is a definition of a statement drive. You're in the 4th quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101, check that box.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further.
Throwing to start the drive. Rushing.
Now that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Well, if you're going to give out a little applause on that play, it has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
Airing it out deep for Smith. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he will step out of bounds all the way down at the 40-yard line.
A big play there for 43 yards.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the fourth quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
They'll run on first down. Daniels. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Touchdown, Panthers. A great effort there. 28 yards.
And the Panthers have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the fourth.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. They'll try and run it up the middle, but he will not get in here. He's stopped up short of the goal line, and this will remain a 5-point game.
Well, they couldn't be happy that they were having to stop a 2-point conversion because that means they gave up a touchdown. But a little solace there. You saw some good gang tackling, stacking him up before he can get to the end zone.
We talk about offensive units putting in more 2-point period sessions in practice. Defensively, do you do the same?
Absolutely. You have to because you never know how aggressive these offenses are going to be.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The Rams offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
And that's the knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
They run the counter. Porter. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
On first down, it's Porter.
He'll get this to about the 38.
The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding, keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Here's 2nd and 8. He finds his man complete. That's Arnold. Now the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. So, now it's 1st and 10, down at the 33. Now a give, right side, Porter. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down, 2nd and right at a yard. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on, because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
This has been a tremendous drive to this point, and this is all you want, playing with a lead in the fourth quarter. If you can keep the ball on the ground, keep the sticks moving, you're going to be in good shape to finish this one off.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover, because one more score, and this game's over.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8.
Up the middle they go. It's Porter. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And his kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20.
So now, down by 8, a little over 30 seconds remaining. Needing to go pretty much the length of the football field as they have it 1st and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ingram. And he'll spike it with 16 seconds remaining.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
He's back to throw.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
Going right side here, and that's complete.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for Honolulu,
hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching